Hi everyone, this is Alma coming to you from Long Beach, California. Today is Saturday, February 4th of the year 2023, and this is going to be FlossTube number 94. So as always, I want to welcome you all. Welcome back to all my current viewers and subscribers, and thank you as always for your continuing support. I want to say a special welcome to anybody that's visiting for the first time. I hope that you like what you see today and you find a reason to stay, subscribe, and continue to follow me on my stitching journey. And as always, I hope that everybody's doing well. I hope that everybody's safe and sound. Everything's good on our end. We're both over our colds. We're finally just trying to get back to normal. I have gone back to school, so that's, cut down on my stitching time quite a lot. But I do manage to get about 200, maybe 300 stitches done a day, but that's on average. Having said that, I do have quite a bit to show you, so without further ado, let's get to the stitching. I'm just trying to situate myself over here. Hopefully that's not gonna fall on me. The first thing I want to show you is the piece that I'm going to be working on over the course of the year. I've chosen to do Portrait of Veronica as part of a little sale that I'm doing with some friends, where we all chose one piece that we wanted to split up into 12 sections, with the intention of having at least one finished by the end of the year. So I've chosen a Portrait of Veronica from Mirabilia. Artist is Nora Corbett. And I'm currently trying to finish up her skirt, and I'll show you in just a second. I technically didn't finish January section until last night, but it happens. Last year I also fell behind, but I think 2 or 3 months, because I had other priorities at that point. But this is where I am at right now. And I am stitching this in a 32 count even weave from Sunny Dyes, Youthful Hands Sunny Dyes fabric. They've since gone out of business. I think they shut down maybe a year or 2 ago. But I thought this fabric was going to be perfect for her. I'm not going to be doing the Kreinik or the beading until last. So that does kind of make it look a little meh, because it's like there's nothing going on in that white right now, or hardly anything going on in that white right now. But yeah, I've officially finished that first section that I wanted to do, so now I'm just gonna move on to the rest of the skirt that's over here, and call that the February section. And yeah, I couldn't actually tell you how many stitches I put into her. I am using her for some challenges, but I actually don't necessarily write down how many I do at the end of the day for this one. I may start doing that this month though, just out of curiosity. Because it'll be like batches of 100 stitches. I know that I have worked on her for at least a week, and again, I'm doing maybe 200, 300 stitches a day or so. So quite a lot of progress done anyway, because this chunk is more or less the same amount of stitching that I had done before. And this was all since I started her. I started her in July of 2020, so I'm still very happy with the results as it is. So I'm excited to keep working on her. I am gonna be setting her aside for a little bit. I won't do February section just yet, because again, I have been working on her for quite some time, so I want to work on other things first. Take a little break from her. I have enjoyed stitching on her a lot though. This is one of the few pieces that I'm working in hand. I'm just doing in hand stitching for this one. And it's nice. I enjoy the feeling of it. I enjoy just the feel of the fabric, and I may have to do a frame, or not a frame, a Q snap when the beading comes around, but we'll see about that when we get there. Another piece that I worked on a little bit since I last recorded, and by the way, like, sorry about that, I recorded it and I just completely forgot about it for 2 weeks. So so what I'm showing you now has been over the course of almost 3 weeks actually, because I think I recorded on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I've recorded on the 15th. So almost 3 weeks. So this is Aurora / Sleeping Beauty. This is a pattern I got off of Etsy. I originally was using her for my daily 30 piece, working on her, at least, again, trying to get at least 100 stitches done on her. As predicted, once school started, I had a routine, you know. I liked to get out my daily 30 piece in the mornings. Obviously that's not possible when I have morning classes. I either have work or morning classes, you know, first thing in the morning. So as I thought it would happen, I kind of saw it coming. I thought I'm not gonna be able to work on her as much as I used to. I did add a couple of 100 stitches on her since the last time I showed her to you. So I'll just show you what I got now. Needle minder from Stitching Button. Yeah, I think I may have just finished off some of the stitches around her chin and her mouth. I honestly can't remember. I just know that I only worked on her for a couple more days after filming. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it though, because she is Pattern Keeper compatible now. So I know that it's probably going to be a lot easier to work on her regardless of whether or not I used it. I used to work on her for daily 30 because it was a paper pattern. So that was going to be like forcing me to, force me to not do Pattern Keeper stuff. But now that's, you know, Portrait of Veronica has pretty much taken over that role. So I may consider her my daily 30 piece, but that's, I don't know. I think I may just give up on the daily 30 for now. At least for that specific prompt. Because again, I do have other things that I want to get done. Another piece that I picked up for a little bit after I filmed my last video. Again, maybe only 300 stitches added to it since I showed it to you last. Is, oops, I don't want to show you the pattern. I just want to show you the PDF will do, I guess. This is Relentless from Ink Circles. And this one I'm working it color by color. The first color I wanted to finish was all the black, all the outlines in black. And I'm almost there. I still have, I think, like 600 stitches to go. Let me see, what does Pattern Keeper say? 580 stitches, yeah, 580 stitches left to go on all the black. So here's where I mean, I'm showing it to you this way, but honestly, these are all symmetrical, so, but I'm pretty sure this is the way that I'm working. Actually, no, false. No, yeah, this is correct. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep working on this a little bit more this month to finish up the black. And then this is part of my whip go board this year. So if and when it does come back around, I'll go ahead and choose another color and finish that color for that month to get more progress on this. So I'm enjoying it. I'm still trying to make sure that I finish this relatively soon. According to Pattern Keeper, because this is how much black there is, I'm at 33%, 33.89% on this one. So, lots of black. And the other colors are, one color only only has a little over 700 stitches, but the others are like 1,000, 1,200, 1,400. So we'll see. I may just do that 700 color for when it's called for Whip Go, since it will already have gotten all this work done with the black. So that's that piece. Another piece that I've been working on quite frequently is trying to get backwards. This is my Relentless kit. It's called Lilac Evening, and I really want to finish her this month. I had hopes to finish her in January, but that didn't happen. She did have a birthday on the 1st of this month, so that's why I took her back out. I had kind of put her on pause for a little bit beforehand. So she is back on the Q-snap. This is where we're at so far. I'll go ahead and take out this top one so you can see the entire thing. It's not too difficult to do, as opposed to taking out the entire frame. Yeah, so here we go. This is what she said. I've added 800 stitches. I mean, I guess I'm still just gonna. Anyway, I added 800 stitches on her since the last time I showed her to you. Let me try to see if I can block out, because I did add a lot of the white. There was some white involved, which, well, this is actually a blended color, but it's still a light color. Most of the stitches were done on this dress. I'm almost done with it. I think I have only one more color to go, maybe two, before this entire section's finished. Currently using her for one of the daily 30 yearly event prompts, I guess. We're doing, I may have talked about this before, we're doing traveling the Olympics. So for every leg that we have to do is considered like a distance between where one Olympics was held and then where the next one was held. So it's not like exactly representing the kilometers or the miles, but it's just benchmark. For this one, I'm traveling to Rome, and I'm supposed to do 2,000 stitches. And I have 800 stitches done out of those 2,000. So I'm not sure. I don't think that'll be enough to finish it, because I still have to do the beading. Oh my god, the beading's gonna be interesting. So I may have to do another partial leg with this one before I get it done. But I am happy to work on her more, because I am getting that finish bug. That's also why I had put her away and then I decided to bring her back out. It's also mostly because it's a new month as well. So like once the 1st of the month hit, I'm like, okay, let's do the lineup, right? I have like several pieces that I want to continuously work on. So I kind of gave myself, especially because it was the February 1st was the birthday for her. So I thought, okay, I'll just go ahead and stitch on her for a couple hundred stitches. And then I went back to Veronica, I think was the one that I was working on at that time. Another piece that I was working on, and this isn't actually no particular order really. This is just how I had everything lying around. I'll just show it to you like this. No, I'll just go ahead and take it out. We can avoid the glare. But it is in my Maleficent project bag from Stitch and Button, because this is for my villains piece. Pattern is by Zana Cross Stitch, and this one I added 1,800 stitches on them last month. I think I picked this up like immediately after I recorded, like either the day of or the next day. Actually, I think I worked on Wonder Woman the day of, so I picked it up the next day. And this is where she's at. That makes no difference. Okay, that's fine. 1800 stitches pretty much gave me a finished section in her hair. I just wanted to get all of that done with. Yeah, I think it's all stitched up. So there's a lot of like confetti stitches in there, lots of highlights. You know, we've got the purple highlights, and then you also have the darker ones that's over by the at the base of the head, but the roots. So most of the stitches were done in this section, but I also did start adding more of the purple shading, so I'm almost done with her face as well. I just have the eyes to go. I figured I'd just leave the eyes for later, because if it's anything like what the Evil Queen was like, there's going to be a lot of confetti stitches on those as well. And this is on the cute snap because I am going to be stitching on them again this month. I want to do maybe a couple thousand stitches on them as well, because again, I originally had intended to do one panel per year, and you know, I'm kind of behind on this one. I think I did start this on 2020. It did have a birthday on the 17th, I think, last month. Yeah, the 17th was their birthday, so that's also why I picked it up. But then I got really into it, so I thought, I might bring this back out again in February, and do a couple thousand stitches more. Each panel is 16,000 stitches, but there's a bit of overlap, right? So there's two columns of just solid black lines right here to make up the border, so that's shared. Do with that what you will. But yeah, I would like to do a couple thousand stitches more to get closer to finishing her. So that's this one. Next up is, of course, one of my regulars as well. This is The Eternal Promise from Hade. Artwork is by Matt Stewart. And this is also going to be one of my focus pieces this year. Part of that rotation that I mentioned earlier, what I do want to get regular stitches done on this one monthly. Since the last time I showed it to you, I added 2,000 stitches. 2,000 additional stitches. Oh, that's where this went. I was missing it. I remember I took out like a skein of floss and I couldn't find it. So now I know because it was hidden in the folds of this entire fabric. But anyway, this is what we're at so far. So the 2,000 stitches were mostly, again, they're mostly done in that one color that I started, which is where this came from. So I think that is how I'm going to be working this piece. It's very faint. You wouldn't know it unless you were looking at the pattern, but this right here is kind of marking the outline of where Arwen is. So once I keep going on this section right here, you'll actually get to see more of like the head. So that's exciting. I guess. I'm still very, very slow going on this one. I think I'm at 9.14% or something like that on this one. It's very, very slow going. But, any progress is good progress. I think I set my goal at this one for 3,000 stitches. So I'll see if I can get those done. Again, January was kind of like an off, well, not off month, but it's not a good representation of what I can do, because I was off on winter break for that month, most of that month. So we'll see how much work I can done on this one. This one I'm probably gonna work on it during the weekends, because that's when I can get more stitching time at a time. So who knows, I might work on this after I film. Even though I was planning on working on something else. Anyway, so that's that piece. Last but not least, another one of the pieces that I want to put on my rotation is, or already have on my rotation, I guess. This is my Disney Collections cross stitch kit. This is Cinderella, Wishes Upon a Dream, from Thomas Kincaid's Disney Dream Collection. And this one I started last June, I believe. Thank you so much to Aussie Stitcher, Belinda Aussie Stitcher, for getting this to me. For this one, the goal is to do 500 stitches per month. Because again, it's a paper pattern. It is a paper pattern, so it's a little hard to do more than 100 stitches at a time, or count more than 100 stitches at a time sometimes. But I did do the 500 stitches for January, and this is where that left me. I had originally started with this section right here. I started on the bushes, so for the 500 stitches I kept going a little bit with the green, but then I started with the gray. And this is actually, let me see if I can zoom in, show you up close. Right, this right here is the dog Bruno, with I think one of the little mice on his back. But here we can kind of see the two legs, or the negative space, right? The two legs here, the front legs, and then his the little face is gonna be right here. So let's see if I can find him here. Yeah, he's right here. Oops, sorry about the glare, but he's right here. So that's where I'm at. So yeah, so I'll probably just keep going with the gray that becomes the bridge. I don't know if I'll get to the bridge, but I'll mostly just keep going this way, where the the pattern goes. They'll just follow the pattern. The goal is to get to this corner here at least, and then work my way out. I couldn't find a good way to go from the center, because it was hard to start from the edges on this one, because the fabric wasn't like exactly. I just bought the fabric and didn't cut it to measure to the specific measurements for this piece. So I kind of just started from the center. So the piece is not it's not gonna be this big. It's not gonna be this wide. But yeah, just didn't feel like cutting it. So yeah, so the goal is to just go down to that one corner, and then I can work my way out from there and have some sort of method, I guess, to the madness. But yeah, so I will try to stitch on this one again sometime this month to get another 500 stitches in. For the 500 stitches, it's a little bit easier to manage, because again, if I can get 200 stitches done, 300 stitches done in a day, I only have to work with them for a couple of days to meet that goal. It's the other ones, it's the larger ones where 3,000 stitches for the Eternal Promise, and then my other big one is Moon Charmer, which I have right here. is what it's looking like right now. It's on the Q-snap. So this is what I wanted to work on first. But for this one, the goal is at least 2,000 stitches per month. So between this one and Eternal Promise, it's a hefty goal. And then for my other pieces, with Veronica, again, I don't necessarily have a stitch count goal. It's more of a section goal. Reader's Paradise, that's the one that's 500 stitches. And then Cinderella is 500 stitches. So those are the 5 pieces that I need to rotate between each month. Sammy did call our categories for February. So we have to work on a full coverage piece of our choosing, which I got plenty, but I did choose Change of Seasons, my tree, because it has a birthday coming up at the end of the month, and I haven't stitched on it in forever. So I will go ahead and take the opportunity to stitch on it, maybe add again at least the 500 stitches goal that I have for all my whips, and then we'll see if I do anything more than that. Second category that she picked was monochromatic, so I will be taking out mini 1 again, and again probably add another 500 stitches to it. Third category was Stitcher's Choice, so we could choose whatever we wanted. For that one, I forget what I picked for that one. Yeah, it's gone now. But and I would check on my phone, but I'm recording on my phone. Did I add it anywhere? Stitcher's Choice? No, I didn't add it yet. For the fourth category, she picked the pattern with 50 colors or more. So for that one, I picked Esmeralda. Oh, Stitcher's Choice was villains, the villain ladies. There we go. That's the one. So 50 plus colors was Esmeralda, because it's got a ton of colors. It's fine. And then our fifth category was medium. So I'll be using Lilac Evening for that one, because it is a medium-sized piece. And we have, just like with Daily, is it Daily 30 that has, I forget which group, I don't think it's Daily 30, but there's a group that has like sizes. Anyway, so that's going to be, so Lilac Evening is going to be the medium piece. So again, hopefully I'll be able to finish her this month. I'll be happy to get her finished this month. And then on top of that, I do have those 5 pieces that I want to rotate every month regardless. So yeah, so lots of plans. I think Jessie Marie also called our Whip Go pieces for this month. And I got Esmeralda for one of them. I thought that was really cool, because I had literally maybe like a day or two after I decided to stitch on Esmeralda, she called the numbers, and one of them ended up being for Esmeralda. I can't remember what the second number is though. I'll have to double check. But yeah, lots of plans, lots of things I want to stitch on. So much to do and so little time. But yeah, I'll do what I can. At this point, I'm used to, how school affects my schedule. So I'm just giving myself grace and just letting go of things that, not that stitching doesn't matter, but priorities. So yeah. As always, if you have any questions about anything you saw in the video today, feel free to leave a comment. I will go ahead and try to keep up with the 2-week recording schedule. It's not too bad so far in terms of schoolwork. So at my classes, for 2 of my classes, I don't really have homework. I just have labs that we work on during class, and then we have to come home and just do like a write-up paper. So it's not that bad. But yeah, again, I'll try to keep up the schedule. And yeah, as always, I hope you guys have a relaxing weekend, a productive week, and you always find the time to do the thing that makes you happy. Until next time, ciao.